What's going on, guys? It's starting to get a little chilly here in the foothills of North Carolina. Get in there. Well, we got the fire going. It's pretty warm here in the shop. It's been a minute since I filmed anything. I think on the last video we worked on finishing the radiator, which appears to be cool and fine, although I haven't taken it down the road. It's just idled here in the shop, but it seems to be doing what it's supposed to do. We worked on the lighting. It's still, it's capable of working. If you watched the last video, it can work. So what I've been working on the old truck is, it had a pretty good dent right here. And I took the panel out, door panel, there it is. And I worked on this dent. It's never gonna be perfect, but I beat this out mostly. You know, the camera probably looks perfect, but when you get up close to it, it's still got a little bit of out of shape in it. And I beat it a lot on this dent, and it's not gonna come out, but it's a lot better than what it was. So what I'm working on now is painting these rims. I got the rear one off. It's over here on the table. I then took the wire brush to it and cleaned it up and sanded it down. And I'm getting ready to paint it. As you can see, I've already painted this front one. I'm using the Rust-Oleum. Same thing I painted that spoiler on the Mustang with. And while I had this off, I greased all the steering. I'd already greased the kingpin, greased all the steering. Got that greased up. The wheel bearings look good. They didn't have no play or anything in them. There's a lot of oil. I'm pretty sure the valve covers are leaking pretty good. There's a lot of oil. It looks like it's come out of the valve cover, so I meant to stop on my way home tonight and get some new valve cover gaskets, and I did not, or else I might go ahead and take them off anyway, sand them down, paint them. I got some blue paint. It's not necessarily Ford blue, but it's pretty close. It's here somewhere. Same thing, I painted those plugs I made for the old emission system. So that's what we're working on tonight. I'm gonna get this, I don't have any cards or index cards, what most people use, so I'm having to spend a little extra time taping it up. I'm not going crazy with it because I'm not really keeping these tires for an extended period of time. I'm not super worried about getting some paint on them, but I don't want it to look super terrible. This one turned out really good. I'm real pleased with it. The end result on that one. So I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna get it all taped up, and then we'll paint her up. So I'm taping up the tire, and I just put regular painter's tape, and I put it around the lip, and that way when I put this paper on, I'm not having to worry about trying to get this paper right up underneath the lip. And this is actually a chicken feed bag, but when you cut it, it's actually three separate pieces, and that's more than enough to do the whole tire. So I'm not gonna bore you with doing all that, but I'm gonna finish getting it taped up and get some spray paint on it, get it back on the truck. We'll do the passenger side, and I really think it really has already changed the look of the truck. I'm not gonna lie. And I was thinking about going with like some F150 rims or something on there. But if I can paint these black and find some decent center caps to go on there, I think it's gonna look pretty good. So I think I'm gonna go with that look. And I went with black. You know, the truck's an odd color, straight 70s brown, and it's almost like a yellow color. I don't know what camera really does it justice, but it's like a yellow. It's like a yellow color. But so I didn't want to go too crazy on the rims because I don't think it'll go with the color. So black likes what we're going with. All right, we got her set up here. I got my vent system. I don't want to let all my heat out. I also don't want to be overtaken by paint fumes. So. I hit it with a wire brush. A couple spots I had to hit with the sandpaper. And then I blew it off with compressed air, and then I sprayed it all down with brake parts cleaner to make sure it didn't have nothing in it. I put 2 coats on the front one. I'll put at least 2 coats on here. Gotta get down in there, even though you can't really see behind it. Make sure you get down in all the, hit it from a couple different angles. Get down in all the nooks and crannies. I guess I should have took some before and after pictures, but I didn't do it when I put the lowering springs on the Mustang, so why start now? All right, there's the first coat. We'll let that dry. I'll put another coat on it, and then come back and we'll slap it on the vehicle. But while I'm here, let's talk about this bed a little bit. So this bed is completely gone. Front to back. Actually, the middle section is not that bad of shape. Here at the back and at the front, the front's pretty much gone. And this particular truck, I'm not really interested in replacing the bed on this truck, but I don't want to leave it. I mean, I can always make a garden out of it, I guess. I don't necessarily want to leave it like this, so I'm kind of torn between, I've seen guys do the elevated bed where they put wood or whatever down and elevate it up off the old bed, then cover it with wood, make it look like a wood bed. I'm contemplating doing that, and I'm also contemplating just cleaning it, brushing it down, and just covering what's left with Rust-Oleum. I don't know yet. I don't want to leave it like it is. I would like to do something with it, and I'm leaning more towards the Rust-Oleum. So I don't. I know it's not, necessarily quote unquote the right thing to do, and it will just lock this rust in. But this truck is what it is. It's not a show truck. I'm not spending a ton of money in it. I do plan on driving it and maybe using it around the farm some, at least for a while before I get rid of it. And I may like it, I may keep it. I don't know. So I think I'm leaning towards doing that. It's just taking it and covering it with Rust-Oleum, like a bed liner or whatever. Not Rust-Oleum paint, but like the bed liner. I mean, it looks like you can cut it out right here on this seam, which goes down just inside the wheel wells, and put a new bed in if you want to, but I'm not. I don't think I'm going to do that. Just not. I'm not going to do that. So anyway, I did take this trim off that got messed up off the tailgate. I'll see if I can find me another trim piece for around this handle. The tailgate's in good shape. I really like it. Now that I got the dent partially beat out, I'm really digging this truck a little bit more. So I think I will end up maybe doing some other stuff to the motor. Maybe, if not, just making it look a little better. Like I said, paint the valve covers, clean it up. May put a new distributor in it. Just little stuff. Just I want it running good. It's not gonna be a daily drive or anything, but I would like it to crank and run good. I mean, I'd contemplating putting like a 4-barrel on it, but a 4-barrel intake is not cheap. And you still gotta buy the carburetor, and I don't know if the stock fuel pump, mechanical fuel pump, if I'd have to change that to feed a 4-barrel or not. I'm not that in depth with it. But, you know, first we're concentrating on making it safe and drivable, and then we'll see about maybe putting some headers on it, putting some dual exhaust on it or something like that. But anyway, that's the discussion of my plans. It's just now November. I got all winter to work on this thing. So anyway, we'll wait for that tire to dry and then we'll slap her back on the truck. All right, here's the finished product, and I'm telling you, that Rust-Oleum paint looks good. Rims, you can still see the numbers on there. So I'm more than pleased with that Rust-Oleum paint and primer together. So let's get it on the truck. All right, there she is back on the ground. Looks pretty good, not gonna lie. Really changes the look of the truck. So I'm gonna do the other two, and probably gonna be it for this video. I wish I had more to tell you what I was doing, but this is what I got. So if you watched the whole video, I really appreciate it. I'll get the other side done and I'll do a final walk around and look at everything. I think it looks good with those white walls on it. I think if I buy new tires for this thing, I'm gonna go, not white walls, but white letter tires against the black. Get some new tires, I'm gonna go with the white letters out. It's the old school look, looks good. All right, we got everything done. All of them are painted. This is the passenger side. It's a little dark on this side, next to the wall. It all turned out pretty good. So that's it. Got that done. We'll see about next week if I can get those valve cover gaskets and get that painted. And I still have not decided to use this stock air cleaner or buy one. I mean, they got the ones that say Edelbrock on them at AutoZone, but I don't have an Edelbrock carburetor, so I'd be posing. But if I do, I'll order like a Ford one from like CJ Pony Parts or something. And I'd like to maybe paint these headlight bezels. See, the paint's a little questionable there. But anyway, I'm very happy with the overall look of the truck. With these rims being painted. And if you've stayed to the end of this video, I know it's not super great, but hey, I watch all kinds of terrible videos on F100 just because I love them. And anyway, if you guys want to see more, subscribe to the channel, because there's going to be a lot more coming on this truck. All right, appreciate it, guys.